Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Easy Meals and Drinks Review. We have a special episode today, Vietnamese cuisine, continuation of. This time, we're doing bun bo hue. Bun bo hue. That's, I think, how you say it. Bun bo hue or bun bo hue. I've been practicing my skills saying that over the years, but hey, ask a Vietnamese if I'm doing it correctly. Anyway, it's something like that, okay? It's bun bo hue, B-U-N space B-O space H-U-E. This is probably the second most famous Vietnamese noodle soup next to pho. Some of you budding diehard fans would recognize that I already did a review on pho. Trust me, that probably won't be the last. Anyway, this is my other favorite noodle soup that I wanted to block for you guys. I've been eating this dish for a long time, so I don't need to learn about it, but I love to eat it still, so this is why I got it, so I can eat it, but I also got it so that I can vlog it for you, all right? This is blog worthy, and a lot of you haven't tried this or even know what it is, so I wanted to share my knowledge and my experience with you, and I'm going to eat on camera and share that experience with you, all right? So it's very, very good, sort of a plebeian or for all type of dishes, just like pho. You can find this at at almost every Vietnamese restaurant. I would say, I don't know, 70–80% of them will have them. Not every restaurant will have it. Almost every Vietnamese restaurant, or all of the Vietnamese restaurants that I've been to, have pho, or most of them. But bun bo hue is a little bit more specialty, a little bit less popular, but it does have die-hard fans like me, okay? And I'm not even Vietnamese, but I am a foodie, kinda. I mean, whatever that means. Just I've been just loving these type of things for a long time. And I guess it can't hurt that I'm Asian. What I mean by that is I grew up in an Asian household and a lot of Asians around in like San Francisco, for example, and it's easier for you to experience diverse type of Asian food if you're near a lot of Asians, right? So and cultured places like San Francisco and the surrounding area, and then the surrounding Bay Area, and I lived in the Central Valley also, and then Santa Cruz and San Jose and all that stuff. So anyway, they have a lot of those, but it's not as common in Florida, and it's not as common to like Caucasians or standard Americans that were born here that have not grown up eating this type of food, right? So this is bun bo hue, okay, spicy noodle soup, spicy soup, and I believe they cook this with various ways, but as you can tell, it's spicy, it's red, and it's slow cooked with beef shanks and pork hock. Okay, I think pork hock is like one of their legs. I think they cut it this way. I think something like that's what I'm guessing, or feet part, right? Or there's some parts of the feet, right? Or ankle or something, right? Anyway. And this is one of the Vietnamese sausages that goes into bun bo hue. And I love them, okay? So, there's a couple different types, but that is going to come in handy pretty soon. You see how red the broth is? Very nice. It's hot. I actually put it in the microwave because I picked this up at Pho Today restaurant, one of the Vietnamese restaurants that I frequent, on the way back from work. As you can tell, I'm still in my work clothes. But anyway, I really was kind of inspired to do this for you guys and for me to eat. Anyway, so I have my usual appetizer, which is the spring roll, and this one has shrimp and pork, and that is my favorite type. Okay. And it looks like it's got some veggies and some vermicelli noodles, and of course the peanut sauce. Delicious, right? And we have some toppings right here. All right. So you can tell some onions, noodles right here, rice noodles, I have some, looks like cabbage, white cabbage, some rice noodles right here, some sort of a beef. These are probably cooked for a while in the broth while they're making the broth, but they were probably pulled earlier. That's my guess, right? But they usually have, yeah, so they have these beef that goes in there, as well as the sausage, and the broth is very special because not only is it spicy from Hue, the city of Hue in Vietnam, that's why it's called bumbo Hue, all right? But the broth is very special because not only is it spicy Hue style, it is just very, very good, and it's very deep because it's slow cooked, right? Just like pho. I think pho typically is cooked longer, the broth, but this is still a slow cooked broth. I'm not an expert in the cooking side of it. I have tried making this before. I have made it before 2 or 3 times, and I said never again. I mean, this is a very affordable dish, and it's just not worth it. But anyway, like I love this dish, so I eat this fairly regularly, and I have this kind of like this pull towards it, every now and then. I crave it, essentially, okay? But it is slow cooked, probably 2 to 3 hours at least, okay? 3 to 4 hours probably, or longer. I think it just depends on who cooks it, and then probably they have different styles, and just like home recipes versus restaurant recipes, etc. But typically they're cooked for hours, okay? And pho's broth is cooked typically, I think, 5 hours plus, or overnight sometimes, right? Or I guess some people could do this too. But anyway, I don't want this to get too cold. I actually did put this in the microwave. I just didn't want to mess up the look of it or how I got this picked up, so I didn't want to transfer, so I was being careful because it's still plastic, and I didn't want to like boil it over and like melt it or something. So I was careful, but I did put it in the microwave to make it hot, okay? So it's gonna be awesome. And these are Thai basil. Okay, I don't know what they do in Vietnam exactly. Actually, sometimes, yeah, they might have the sawtooth, what is it, the leaves, coriander, sawtooth coriander leaves. But that, I guess that's for pho. And we have some, like that's yummy cabbage. This is a kind of a, what makes it different from pho. Usually you don't get this cabbage with pho, right? You usually get the cabbage topping with bumbo Hue. And I see some scallions and things like that, and some cilantro. And of course the staple in Vietnamese cuisine, which is mung bean sprouts. Okay, this also goes in pho. Alright, and I have some okay, some lime. Alright, so let's assemble this together while you're watching, okay? That's why I didn't even do anything, but I just kind of put it together so I can assemble this for you guys, okay? Move this out of the way. All right, look. Just gotta dump this, all right? Hope I don't make a mess. Okay, here you go. YOLO. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they actually put those blood puddings there. Wow, I did not even realize that, okay? That is very good, because I actually thought that they didn't put that in there, but I was wrong. I didn't remember correctly, because some restaurants don't do that, okay? This is a blood pudding. I think that's what they call it in English anyway. I'm sure they call it differently in Vietnam, but this is a pork blood, coagulated pork blood, okay? And you can ask without this. If this kind of grosses you out, I mean, some people could be like a bizarre food, right? A little bit, and you could really turn somebody off. I'm gonna eat it today for you guys. Sometimes I get it without it, but sometimes I get it, So I think because I've eaten it many times, I used to have aversion to it before, but now I actually kind of like it, and I know it's very nutritious. So and also I'm doing a vlog, so instead of throwing it away, especially because now Pho Today, the restaurant here in Jacksonville, Florida, more on the south side, now I know that they're very authentic because they put the coagulated pork blood pudding. And then this is some sort of a pork sausage. This is the pork hock that I'm talking about, okay? All right. So, I mean, it's kind of like it's not exactly meat. It's kind of like, you know, tendons and sort of like a different type of, I mean, but you can't eat this, okay? Just pick at it, or just, some people will eat the whole thing without the bones, obviously. But it is flavorful, and you know, that's what's cooked in the broth, so you don't have to eat this. Some people just throw it away, right? Maybe it's too spicy for dogs, but maybe rinse it, I don't know. But anyway, some people eat it, some people don't. I do eat it sometimes, but because I know that's in the broth, slow cooked, I don't worry about it too much. And it's not that easy to eat. So, but these you can. Okay, I'm going to add these. Let's assemble the toppings. And it's a very affordable dish, very, like I said, very common, all levels of society type of food, okay? You don't have to be rich at all to eat this, or even affluent, or even middle class. You don't even have to be middle class to eat this, especially in Vietnam or, you know, a place like that. But you don't have to be poor to eat this either, because it's really good. That's the thing, man. You know, even the people, even the rich people, they're gonna eat this. You know, like, I mean, in Vietnam, right? Or, you know, if you know this, you know, even when I'm a millionaire or multimillionaire or decamillionaire or whatever, if I ever get there, I'm still gonna eat this. Maybe a little bit different restaurant, but Bum Bo Hue, it's gonna be like, I don't know, 10, you know, 12, 15 bucks at the most. Probably less than that. Probably this place probably charged, I don't know, something like 12 bucks or something. But these two, with this appetizer, yummy appetizer, right, spring roll, and this, with all these things, fixins, this was $22, okay? That's cheap. I did pick it up today, though. I didn't do a delivery. I'm gonna pick up more, because, you know, I can't just keep spending money on delivery all the time, especially because I'm doing it a little bit more frequent because of the vlog. But anyway, so let's assemble these so I can eat this in front of you. A little bit of onions here, and these basils. I don't know if they do Thai basil in Vietnam. They probably do. I mean, they're not that far from each other. And a little bit of this, and let's get a little bit of that lime juice in there. Okay. But actually, before I try this, I should eat the spring roll, probably. Right. Okay. Now you guys can see it better. All right, so let's add some cabbage. Okay, and these are like chopsticks, like wooden chopsticks I got out from Amazon a while back. I usually use, I really do like wooden chopsticks quite a bit, more than the Korean kind, sorry to say, which is metal, okay, and thinner usually. But when I eat Korean food, you know, I can use that, or I could use that anyway. But I do. These are my favorite type of chopsticks, wooden. You know, I mean, something like this. It doesn't have to be exact this, but there's different types, and it can be more blunt. I like the blunt ones also, but these are really good. Okay, so I'm going to describe the taste to you while after I taste it. Usually they give, another thing that could add is like a shrimp paste, okay? They probably added it, all right? I'll tell you. Because I don't see it separately. Because you could come like this almost, maybe a little less a lot less in quantity, but usually there's like a Vietnamese shrimp paste you can put, okay? Like in there. It kind of makes it funky, but it's like funkier, but not in a bad way. Just adds that shrimp, you know, that fermented shrimp flavor, just deepens the flavor, but sometimes they'll just add it before they serve it, okay? So maybe that's the case. Actually, let's do this, okay? Appetizer, right? Mmm. Wash down with my Coke Zero. No, cooler cushion. Mmm. Delicious. Mmm. Okay. Now to the main dish. All right. Let's go for the broth, okay? I'm gonna tell you how spicy it is. I didn't add anything. But usually, normally, you don't have to add anything to bun bo hai. All right? For pho, usually comes out a little bit under seasoned or just with the salt, right? For pho, you do want to add, normally, you don't have to, all right? But normally, if you want to have a true experience, typical experience, then you add the hoisin sauce. You can do that here, but it's not needed here. But you can, if you put hoisin sauce, put a little bit. But on pho, you do the hoisin sauce and some sriracha. You don't need sriracha here because it's already spicy, and it's gonna kind of probably mess it up. You can add maybe a little bit. Or if they give you a shrimp paste, you can do that. Or if you're at a restaurant, if you're at the restaurant, then you can ask for shrimp paste, okay? But after I taste it, I'll be able to tell you if it needs it, okay? And definitely eat this, and I'll tell you how this is, okay? All right, but before anything, I'm gonna taste the broth, okay? It's spicy. It's dense. It's very brothy, very kind of beefy, but not too beefy, like it's pork. Because it's a beef with pork, okay? It's a beef shank, and then I think I think beef shank has bones, right? If like a bone-in shank, I guess. So it's definitely a bone broth, okay, with meat. It's bone and meat broth. And with some pork, okay, because this is pork hock, right? Like I said, okay, and this is a pork sausage, and I think this is pork blood, all right? It's very good broth, okay. Pho Today, Jacksonville, Florida. It's one of the best ones here, okay. But it's not the only one. But I can vouch for the bun bo hai here. It's very good, and it's affordable. All right, if this grosses you out, ask them not to put it in there, or you can just take it home for your dog or something. I don't know. If it's not dipped in hot sauce yet, or the broth. But anyway, you can order it with or without it, okay? But let me taste this. Oh. A little bit of a slightly a bizarre food moment. I don't want to gross you out. It's not that bad. I didn't even have broth with it. I just really wanted to try it. But the broth does make it more, definitely more tolerable. It's not bad. It's like very, it's gamey. It's a little bit like organy. But it's extremely nutritious. It's blood. I mean, can't get much more nutritious than that, I think. But minerally, a little bit. It's not like super appetizing, but it's not bad, okay? So you might like it, so give it a try. Well, I'm just gonna clear up my palate and then get back to my soup, alright? Alright, let's add some more noodles. Yes. Yes or yes? Okay, let's go. Alright, it's time to dig in, alright? Alright, maybe a little bit more. A little more. Okay, let's go. Oh. Oh yeah, that broth is good. It is spicy, but it's not like burning spicy. But if you're not like a super spicy food eater, don't add these yet. Okay, these are spicy. I'm gonna add it. So go easy on this because this is already spicy, and then add like maybe one by one if you're scared of the spices. It's pretty spicy right now, especially because I added these. Okay, And don't forget these sausages. It's awesome. I love them. This one, do what you do with it. You can throw it away. You can pick at it. You can try to eat this. You can eat this. You can. There are people that will eat this, especially Asians. The old school Asians, they'll eat this. Some of them, okay? Like my mom's like stuff like that, like pork feet. And it's just like a thing, you know? It's just also generational thing too. It's very traditional, right? And it is good. But it may not be worth it for you. But it's okay because this was already used in the soup, right? For the broth, yeah. Guys, definitely try bun bo hue next time you're in a big city, or just Google bun bo hue, Bunbohue, Vietnamese food. Give it a try, all right? If you like spicy food, spicy noodle soups, or spicy, or just like very, very nice bone broth type of soups, you're gonna dig this, okay? And it's a very, very famous, very highly regarded Vietnamese dish. And I like this just as much as pho. Maybe pho a little bit more if I had to really compare, but this is up there with it, okay? So, and sometimes I feel like eating this other than pho, so I have to, like, a lot of the times I have to decide whether to get the pho or this when I go to a Vietnamese restaurant. But anyway, it's already been 20 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this up. But I kind of wanted to take my time and explain this to you so you can get inspired to try this sometime. Like I said, the coagulated pork blood, you can order without it. Some of them don't even offer it anyway. But this place, Pho Today in Jacksonville, is authentic enough to have that. Very good very good Bun Bo Hue winner. 2 thumbs up. Give it a try sometime. Thank you for watching.